All right, the invasion of Afghanistan. Now, the invasion of Afghanistan, okay, so it's important to understand the Soviet Union wants to go ahead and they want to create communist-friendly Eastern states. So they've already got the Western Bloc, okay, countries like West or East Germany, Romania, Yugoslavia, that these countries are going to be kind of predominantly, they're communist and they're going to be friendly with the communists. However, in the eastern part of the Soviet Union, they don't really have any of this. So they want to create friendly Eastern states. So what they're going to do is they're going to go and exert their influence over their bordering country of Afghanistan. They can get Afghanistan on their side. This is going to open trade between Asia and the USSR. So it's going to allow the USSR to make trade with countries like China, India, Pakistan, these different countries that previously they did not really have the access to trade with. So pro-Soviet government is going to be put in place and put in power in Afghanistan in 1979. Now, a number of Afghanis are going to be very, very upset by this. They're going to view this as a threat against, number one, the Afghani culture, because the Soviet Union and Afghanistan are very, very different culturally. Number two, this is going to be a threat against their religion. Afghanistan is predominantly Muslim. The Soviet Union is officially an atheist state. So they're not religion at all. They view that if they're going to become a Soviet ally, this is going to be a threat against the religion. That is a huge part of society and life in Afghanistan, and thus they are willing to fight against this. This is going to really lead the Mujahideen to go and fight against the Soviets at this time period. So is what's going to happen. The Marxist government, this communist government in Afghanistan is going to come to power. There's going to be pressure against them, and the Soviet Union is going to invade Afghanistan simply to protect the Marxist government, okay, that communist government in Afghanistan. Now, this is going to come about as a part of the Brezhnev doctrine. Okay, Brezhnev was the leader of the Soviet Union at this time period, and this simply states that the Soviet Union has the right to invade neighboring countries if it is to protect communism. So if there's a neighboring country that is communist and they're in danger of falling from communism, the Soviet Union will and has a right to invade this country. This is exactly what you see happening in Afghanistan. Okay, they've got the pro-Soviet government. They have the ability or possibility of falling. The Soviet Union is going to come in here and try to preserve the pro-communist government in Afghanistan. Now, the Soviets are going to come in and they're going to quickly go and they're going to capture the city of Kabul. Kabul, okay, right here is the capital of Afghanistan. Now, as I was stating already, the Afghanis are going to resist this for a number of different reasons, and they're going to be led, this resistance is led by the Mujahideen. Now, the Mujahideen are going to be supported and trained, militarily supported, selling weapons by the United States, the UK, and then Saudi Arabia right here. This is primarily done as a way of resisting the Soviet influence. They do not want the Soviet influence here. Go back to the Marshall Plan. Anytime a country is in danger of falling to Soviet or to communism, the United States is going to get involved, and thus the U.S. is going to get involved in this one. Their allies of the United Kingdom and Saudi Arabia are also going to get involved. Okay, we can see right through there. Now, they're going to be given weapon training, anti-aircraft missiles, and a bunch of other different things right here. This man right here, Osama bin Laden, was actually a member of the Mujahideen fighting against the Soviets in Afghanistan, actually being trained and supported monetarily by the United States. And this is going to really set up kind of the stuff going on in today's world that we're going to be talking about in our next unit moving forward. Additionally, it's important to understand this is going to keep going, and there's going to be a lot of tensions happening as a result of this, but ultimately the Soviet Union is going to withdraw from Afghanistan in 1989. You see these Afghani kids right here waving, adios, see you later, get out of our country, go back to yours. This is going to allow the Mujahideen to go and take control of the capital city. Right here, they take control of the capital city of Kabul. This happens, and then they're going to kind of change things up, get rid of the Soviet pro-communist forces, replace it with their own type of government, their own system of government, which we're going to be talking about a little bit later in our next unit moving forward. The important thing also to understand is this invasion led to the death of 1 million Afghanis. This is a large number of people killed simply for being in their country. The Soviets wanted to exert their influence over this. The Americans are going to fight back, support the Mujahideen in fighting back, leading to the death of 1 million Afghanis. The Afghanis are very upset by this, justifiably so. They did not like this, and this is going to lead to that kind of desire to get rid of any outside influence within their country. Additionally, this is going to cause major destabilization in Afghanistan. You have an invasion, you get rid of the system of government was there, there's going to be this kind of power vacuum, and no one really knows who's going to be in power, what's going to come next, and the country is going to be destabilized, which allows for some people who want to manipulate that for their own gain to really come in and take advantage of situations for their own selfish benefit. Additionally, it's going to cause major financial woes for the USSR. Invading a country costs a lot of money. Supporting this invasion is going to cost a lot of money. The Soviet Union at this time is already strapped for cash. It's going to cause a number of issues in their country. Lastly, the athletic portion of diplomacy. Now, the 1980 Winter Olympics are going to be held in the city of Lake Placid up in New York. This is going to be important for a number of reasons, but number one is going to be the Miracle on Ice. Now, this might seem like a small moment, partially because I'm a huge hockey fan, why I'm talking about this, but there was some real political implications that happened as a result of this. So the background here is the American hockey team is thrown together with a bunch of random college kids, college hockey players thrown together, and they're going to be putting a team up against the Soviet Union. Now, the Soviet Union is known as the best hockey team in the world at this time period. They're next to impossible to beat. Ultimately, the Americans are going to go and beat the Soviets in the game that they are supposed to be so good at, which is going to really kind of embarrass the Soviets and cause a lot of good pride in the United States. And there's going to be a lot of other issues coming in with Afghanistan at this. Flash forward just a couple months to the Summer Olympics of 1980 held in Moscow. This is going to be boycotted by the United States and a number of other countries over the Soviet invasion of Afghanistan. They're simply saying, you need to get out of Afghanistan. If you don't get out of Afghanistan, we are not coming to your Olympics, which is going to cause a number of different issues for the Soviet Union. One, they're not going to have as much money coming in. People won't be visiting their country to partake in the Olympic Games. Number two, this looks really, really bad. The optics of this are not good. So ultimately, the Soviet Union does not withdraw from Afghanistan. The United States and a number of other countries actually boycott the Summer Olympics of 1980. Then the Soviets are going to return the favor in 1984 with the Los Angeles Olympics, with the Soviet Union then responds by boycotting, refusing to attend this one, really as a way of getting back at the Americans. So sports, although they might not seem like they're going to play a large role, they do play a large role in diplomacy at this time, especially when it comes to morale. That is all for now. I'm going to link down below the Miracle on Ice. I highly, highly encourage you to watch that little video. Fantastic, wonderful moment in American history and sports, and one of my favorite moments from the Cold War. If you have any questions, comment down below. Otherwise, see you later. Good luck.